Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're jumping back into Ring World with Yomi. It's turn 43. So we get some black cards from Lanka, which actually is a mistake. I had asked him, I think for lifelong protections. I'm not totally sure what I asked him for, but he sent me these instead. We could come up with uses for them, certainly. Unfortunately, these are going to sit in my inventory for a while, because I just never get around really to doing anything with them. Okay, so you can see we're spamming out Shikome too, in addition to casting Eternal Pyre. We cast Arcane Probing, didn't find anything, okay. Doing a tiny bit of site searching, didn't find anything. Okay, we have an unexpected event in Bitra, and then we have one of our guys get discovered, our scout. Let's go look at this Hinnom army real quick. I'm going to go through... We're entering like a quick phase in the game where it's going to be a bit of a lull before we get into our next war. So I'm going to kind of speed through these turns. I'm going to see how many I can kind of do per episode. Okay, so he's got some stuff. Summoning these guys, which is interesting. Guess that's okay, depending on who you're fighting. And then Miklin is dead. So we're going to kind of talk about forging and things like that. So we're forging a flame helmet. I'm going to go ahead and get my fire access a bit higher. Flame helmets also are the only head helmet that give you body protection, which is kind of cool. Let's see what we're forging here. We're making a storm in the bottle, which is going to fly around with one of my Daitengu. And we're going to be making a move here on this god chassis that's here. Oh, we can watch this. There was Lanka was trying to assassinate the god. So basically, we're lifelong protection. Going to try to do Hellbind Heart, I think, with this as a little bodyguard. We'll see how this goes. Swarm to block the chaff. Okay, that might have fatigued her out, though. Yeah, it did. I guess she doesn't even try to cast Hellbind Heart? I know she was supposed to. Yeah, okay. Well, there goes Hellbind Heart. What were the odds here? I mean, it totally was possible. That is Hellbind Heartable. Maybe we could have done like Swarm, Reinvigoration, Hellbind Heart. I don't know. Hard to say. But this lifelong protection is basically going to ensure that this guy dies. Okay. And just like that. So that's basically what's going on over here. You can see our Oni pit. Give you an update. We haven't really been adding too many Oni to this lately, so it's kind of capped out. See, we have 300 Oni waiting for war. These are going to be one of our armies that goes in to fight Agartha. We're going to go up this way. Not Agartha, Abysia. And through this planet, and up. Here's their world. Oni pit number 2 is going to be here, but we've got to go take it first. Or that's Oni pit 3. This is Oni pit 2, where you can see we've got 130. Unrest is getting pretty high, and as Unrest gets higher, it will, of course, increase our summon rate. So we are, I think, yeah, we are adding... Basically, I've got temples set up all over here in the mountains, and that will give me some nice Oni to mix into my otherwise chaffy Oni. And I've got Mound Kings running around picking them all up. One thing, and I don't think I've talked about it much, but it's going to become more important later. So Yomi is going to be a kind of micro-intensive nation. Because as you spawn Demon, you really need to get them out of your lands before they generate Unrest. So having an extensive Mound King network to run around, pick all them up, and shuffle them back to central points on your border, I think is like extremely important. So anyway, that's what these Mound Kings are going to do. And basically we've got a few that are running around picking them up. We've got a few more people site searching. And we're going to be getting more Mound Kings. But yeah, we'll be shuffling them back here, and then what the Mound Kings are going to do is drop them off in this fort, and then each of the Oni Shugo who I summoned here are going to go walk them over here into this lab. You can do a forted lab, like for your Oni pit. The problem with a forted lab is you basically are wasting the fort because you can't really produce anything out of it. So that's why we're doing it over here. Okay, so that's that. Let's go ahead and go to turn. Let's check diplomacy. Turn 44. Turn 44, we receive a water bracelet. We empower ourselves in air. So I don't remember if this was a subscriber or not. Oh, it is. We renamed him to Chromatism, so that must be one of you guys. So, okay, we have another air-empowered Dione, and that's really thanks to the fact that our air income is ridiculous. 23. I mean, that is crazy high. So, you won't be able to... You really don't need a ton of them, but having a few of them makes a big difference. So, we're doing that. Coming down here, we see Bandar Log, pinging a throne, and yeah. We go, this is our fight, so... I think there's still leaders here, I'm not sure. Oh no, they're all leaderless, so they just run away. Okay. For the events, Fire Gems, Bad Tax, Nature Gems 14. That was a lot of Nature Gems, okay. So we're going to kind of speed through this part, check diplomacy. Okay, so I'm sending a Flame Helmet to Lanka. He needs help kind of climbing the fire ladder, and so that was why I made that, apparently. We're sending him a bunch of Death Gems, a bunch of Nature Gems, some Earth Gems, and some more Death Gems. I need more Skull Mentors, and I need Shade Mail Hallbergs, and I forget what the Nature Gems are for. But anyway, that is that's what that is. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next turn. As we get ready for our next little battle. Okay, we get a Robe of the Sea from Lanka, Lantern Shield, Lifelong Protection, Shade Mail, Armor of Twisting Thorns. I guess that was what my Nature Gems were for. Bloodthorn and Ring of Returning. So these are all pretty important. Arcane Probing, Ritual of Rebirth, Contact Nushi. We found 2 magic sites, a Well of Pestilence and a Mudfield. Nice. We found a Copper Idol. Let's see where these are. Okay, so here we've got the Primeval Forest, which gives us 3 nature income. Sweet. We've got this, which gives us 1, and this, which gives us 1. So, 5 gem province here. Pretty sick. Found some more nature gems in an event. Now, the Shade Mail Hallbergs are probably going to be for our Cloud Trap using guys, so they can kind of jump in and then fade out without having to worry about a lot of the stuff they can get us if we do a magic phase attack. These guys are hanging tight. We're going to move more Oni into the Oni pit. You can see we're already up at 110 unrest. We've got a lab built, and we are starting to kind of research. Down here, we're up at 139, so this Oni pit is only really getting going now. But we have started moving this army out. Though I think we might wait one more turn because I've got these guys set to research. We're going to need a bit more gear. To deal with assassins, there's a few things. Lifelong Protection actually is really nice because it's going to fill up the square with stuff. But the other thing we can do, and let's see if we're actually forging it. Okay, we're making stone birds. So stone birds are going to be an important part of our kit. We're going to kind of go with a repel build, because repel is one of the ways to get around this Holy Scourge threat, because that's what we're terrified of, is basically I'll show you the guy, if I haven't already. Probably when you do these, record these all at different times, you end up kind of forgetting. Okay, so this is their assassin. He's pretty ridiculous, just in terms of like good base stats, high attack, high strength, decent HP. You put a Holy Scourge on these guys, and they just delete Oni when they assassinate them. So that is what we're really worried about. So there's a few ways to get around it. One is with Repel, right? So we can do Stone Birds. The other thing we can do is luck. Luck is going to trigger on both forms, which is nice. Just gives us a chance of, surviving these attacks. And we're going to try to make sure we have really good defense. And we're not going to do shields because those Holy Scourges will do they'll have an extra chance to hit against the shield. Rather get a weapon that increases defense. So, I think we're going to go with Faithful, which gives you luck and affliction resistance and good defense. Let's see if we're making those. That'd probably be, down here somewhere? Where am I making them? I guess we're not really... Are we not making them yet? We're making Cathartic Lion Pelts. Copper Plate, which is pretty good if you've got the shock... if you're casting Iron Skin on yourself. Okay, not totally sure. I guess we'll see when we actually do kit them out. So let's go to turn 46. Turn 46, and like I said, we are really speeding through these because I want to jump to the part of the game where it's actually kind of interesting. Okay, we got 120 Earth Gems from Lanka. We're going to be putting up Earthblood Deepwell very, very soon. Okay, and not really much is going on. Okay. So, we have a Bloodstone, so we're going to be putting... we have the Bloodstone on this guy, so that puts him up at Earth 6, which is the minimum for casting Earthblood Deepwell. And we're casting it with 225. So that's a significant overcast for putting it up. It is highly unlikely that somebody is going to think we put 140 gems in it, and a lot of times you don't. Because usually, by the time you're ready to cast it, you don't have this many Earth Gems. So, yeah, this is kind of abnormal. I don't think I've ever put this many into a first-time casting. But anyway. Okay, we put the Shade Mail on this guy just to reduce his encumbrance. So one of the tricks to moving Dione around, because, you're going to need to be getting him from your capital to the war front, is you put any kind of boot which increases movement and you make sure to take off their really heavy armor. It makes a big difference. Watch what happens when we take this off. 28 goes to 22. So it is a big deal. You get a ton of map movement penalty for these things. So we're going to move him down there. And you can see with it, he has ridiculous map move. Right? He can go a really long way. And we're kind of punishing, unfortunately, the unrest here. We're making another Stone Bird. You can see we're starting to kind of get a kit together. Rainbow armor for dealing with magic resistance type things. We've got Mistletoe Garland for luck. This isn't really a great kit, actually, but we're getting there. Honestly, maybe I haven't discovered Faithful yet. That may be kind of some insight from farther in the future. But this is why Faithful is really good. You get luck and affliction resistance and 4 defense. It's a really, really good weapon. Especially if you're worried about these kind of assassins, which are gonna, be not cool and kill you. Okay, so Storm in a Bottle again, more Stone Birds. Stone Birds are also gonna help because they're gonna basically get their defense to go to 0. This guy we're getting kitted up so that he can cast things like Mass Flight and stuff, because our Oni are gonna be much better with Mass Flight. We're giving him a Lantern Shield, and then some decent weapons, so that hopefully he can survive an assassination. We're also giving him a Crystal Matrix, and we are going to be giving our Air Random Onishugo Slave Matrices, because they have an air path. So they will be just little communion slaves, which is just fine with me. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's go to turn 47 as we get ready. I kind of want to show you the army we roll out with. I don't want to skip turns. But more rainbow armor, and rainbow armor is pretty awesome. It's very, very multi-purpose. It's not bad on thugs and super combatants, but it's really good if you're, it's good on mages too. They're just going to be casting things. We're relinquishing some provinces. Let's see which one this is. Okay, so this was where I went and got some of the adepts of the Iron Order, and the final adepts I have snuck down. Right, they're in the process of sneaking down. Here they are. I've given them shrouds, so they have regeneration. I think that will reduce the chance of them getting winter afflictions, but I could be wrong. I don't know if any of these are really worth watching. Okay, so Roos is attacking us. Oh, shit. You know, there's a funny event, which I didn't find, which we gotta actually go back and find. What, are these great bears? Yeah. So they're sacred bears. What's their bless? Shock resistance, regen, fortitude. So these are pretty strong bears. And they hit for a lot. 20 damage, it's not bad. And they've got devils. Okay, so before we do this turn, let's go back to 46, because there's a funny-ass event. But I have to go look for it. It's not going to pop up in my event log. Okay, so Lanka, one of Lanka's heroes is this guy. And it's got... Basically, we put this gear on him. He's going to do Soul Vortex, a few other things. He's basically a Bane Venom Charm walking around. But we were thinking, oh, we can probably snipe this. You cast Soul Vortex, you know, good. Invulnerability, good. Personal Regen, good. Elemental Fortitude. What we did not account for is that these guys have Venomous Fangs and Barbed Tails, which are going to paralyze, fatigue him out instantly, even with Soul Vortex up. So, yeah, that didn't work very well, did it? These guys are actually pretty solid. It's kind of the same thing with Devils. Devils have Barbed Tails too. Unfortunately, I do not learn my lesson here about what really killed him. I mean, we joke about it. I mean, A, they're magic attacks, so they go through invulnerability. But B, it's the... I didn't notice at that point, it's really the Barbed Tails that are fatiguing him out. Okay, Ringworld, where are we? 48. Oh no, we're on 47. So that guy was kind of, I mean, it was trolling to have that guy go around. We did not have a nap with them, but we were not in open war yet. So this has triggered open war, and that has caused these guys to attack. Okay. Attacked by a Fiend of Darkness. We got some Blood Slaves, and we found a magic site, Wellspring. I think that's this one. Nice. Okay, so that's all that. Let's talk about this war. So, Abysia is here. I'm not totally sure on why we're going to send in Barbs over here. I think the Barbs will probably die to this many burning ones, but we'll find out. They might kill some of them. What I think we are doing, though, is I think we are cloud trapezing. So we're sending both of these guys in on top of this Rusian army. And let's go ahead and check the script out. So we've got Soul Vortex up, Iron Skin, Legions of Steel, Flying Shield, Blessing, Attack Closest. This guy's the same thing, except he's doing Blessing first and then Iron Skin. He's not doing Legions of Steel, he's doing Temper Flesh and then Flying Shield and then Attack Closest. So, pretty similar. They're going to be just in the back right next to each other. They both have lifelong protections too, so that should kind of help with other stuff that kind of comes and attacks them. So anyway, the hope is we can delete these armies. I know we can definitely survive the bears. The bears are not going to be able to kill him. The devils, we can handle the damage output, right? Like, this is not enough damage to get through. We're going to be in, like, high 30s protection. Okay. So, yeah. So, anyway, they're rampaging through. Lanka has a big army here. I don't think it has mage support yet. We're also going to get this army on the move. So, let's take a look at the armies that we have that are going to be rolling out. We've got these guys. So, he has... This guy is not immune to Holy Scourges. He doesn't have luck. He really needs a... this Kenichi, by the way, unequal to obesity. He really needs... like a faithful. And I don't think I figured this out at this point. But he does have this for repel. He's got 2 reasonably long weapons. I think... Let's see what length this thing is. Let's length 2. Okay, so they're going to be able to... It's not going to be long enough to get a repel check. Yeah, honestly, like a faithful and a piercer would be way better. So this is kind of not the right kit. But I'm kind of learning this as I go, and I didn't do as extensive testing as I really should have. So these guys are going to be moving here. We're also going to be moving in this Daitengu. Our research, you recall, we have Mass Flight. We also have Fog Warrior, so we can do both of those. The script we have on this guy, we haven't scripted him yet because we're not fighting. But we'll see. So I think that's it. I think that's it for this turn. We're moving these guys. We're also moving these guys out, so that's the other part. Here's the kit we have for these guys. Just basically getting our defense really high, plus luck, plus a stone bird, plus lifelong protection. This will be very hard to kill in an assassin. Not very hard. Unless he does lifelong protection himself, we're probably going to win against a normal kind of Holy Scourge Abyssian assassin. Our defense is high enough, and luck combined. Both of those combined will make us, and the fact that we're going to have awe in our bless, will make it pretty hard for him to hit us. Pretty hard. The thing, too, is Holy Scourge will lower your own defense, and those guys don't have great defense to start with. So even just one repel check off the Stone Bird will probably be enough. This other guy's basically pretty similar, right, in terms of the kit. I haven't scripted him yet. We're just moving up this way, and then I'm going to come through here, and then we're going to come through here. So that is the basic game plan. We cast Earthblood Deepwell successfully, so that's good. And I think that's it. And my wolf is howling at the ambulance that went by. So on that note, we will end it right now. Thanks, guys.